Texas Athletic Director Chris Del Conte had lots to say about the $40 million that he swears they did not spend on their roster, and refuting that he didn't actually want to not move the game on Saturday against Ohio State. It's that he was supposed to play it on Sunday. Let's talk about what that means. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk ball, we talk college football, we talk sports year-round every day. If that's something you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Do you think Chris Del Conte is right to be in his feelings about how Texas is being maligned for not wanting to move their game against Ohio State, which we think is going to be Saturday, big noon, August 30th, to Sunday, August 31st, at prime time, up against what we think is going to be a pretty good game. And I think when I'm looking at this, I got to ask a couple of questions, right? Now, first, this is all going on at SEC spring meetings where we have all sorts of new ideas, right? The 5+11 model, which would give us 5 automatic qualifiers and 11 at-large bids and a 16-team college football playoff. We have the SEC going, hey, we're willing to play 9 games against Big Ten and SEC programs, but we're not willing to play 9 games against SEC programs. They like an 8+1 model, which would mean a Big Ten scheduling agreement where every team in the Big Ten, every team in the SEC would play one from each conference during the regular season. It would help them get to this place where we're not really dunking on them as much as we used to for having 2 FCS opponents in one marquee matchup, as they only have to play 8 real games against each other. And the rest of us in the Big Ten, the Big 12, the ACC, have to contend with the 9-game round robin that is really hurting your schedule and your resume when it gets time to be one of those at-large berths. But I don't expect the SEC to move without knowing that these automatic qualifiers for the 5+11 are going to be in there, and they could probably get, half the field from the SEC into a college football playoff. I thought it was very interesting that Chris Del Conte decided that he wanted to lean on church as the reason for not wanting to move the game to Sunday. I'm going to give him his full quote here, which gave to Heather Dinich at ESPN, which she does a great job. Why would I want to move the game to Sunday night and have a short week for our boys who were just told we're kicking at high noon? Dog is May. It was never about moving the time of the game. It was just, hey, do you want to move the day? And I go, we're not moving. We're contractually obligated to this day. That was it. But the craziness is, oh my God, they said no. I just said no. I got to go to church. I mean, hot dang. There was an unexpected use of the very southern phrase hot dang from a dude that used to be a Texas Christian, is now down to Texas. All right, fine, whatever. I also think that if you go talk about going to church as a reason for not wanting to play this game, I have to ask this question dead ass seriously. Do you go to an AME church and we just don't know about it? I mean, if Chris Del Conte goes to an African Methodist Episcopal church, I would like to know about it, and I would like to high-five him and shake his hand, because I've been going through AME church. I was raised going to AME church with my grandmommy down at Zion Chapel in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And when I tell y'all service kicked off at 10 and it was over when they said it was over, that's exactly what I mean, okay? Now, the other thing you're talking about here is, hey, if you're saying that they were going to tell you can move the game from noon on Saturday to noon on Sunday, ain't no television executive in their right mind gonna program up against the SEC like that, or excuse me, the NFL like that. You know what I mean? Like, what we look like here? You know what I'm saying? But it's not. We're not even gonna be playing NFL games at that time. You would have that time slot all to yourself. That's the other reason to do this. But just do it in prime time on a Sunday. Who cares that you're up against ABC and Miami and whomever it is the hell they playing? Because we've cared about Texas and Ohio State. I don't get getting in your feelings about this. And I've been like, hey, they asked, we said no. Keep it going. You said no for reasons, right? You said no because you don't want to play during the daytime on a Sunday. You said no because you don't want to risk playing a night game against Columbus, in Columbus, because you saw what happened in Tennessee. You said no for, I don't know, reasons that have everything to do with not football and everything to do with how you feel about the whole thing. Contractually obligated. Contracts can be amended. They are all the time. All the time. We're talking about also an Ohio State that doesn't necessarily want to play a Saturday game at noon, but this is kind of in the contract. Matter of fact, they have it written in at Ohio State and Michigan in their contracts with the Big Ten, with Fox, that they have the right to refuse to play games at night after daylight savings time, which is like November, right? October, November. And I get it because, it gets real cold and it's going to affect people coming out to the games. But if you're trying to tell me that you get a competitive advantage by playing during the daytime, if you're Ohio State, I'm going to tell you to ask Ohio State fans how they feel about that. Nobody expects that, dog. We start playing games at noon on Saturday because Fox did a very smart thing. It found a market inefficiency in the college football calendar, and it is exploiting it. Many fans claim to hate it. I'm not one of them. Yes, I cut a check from Fox Sports. That ain't got nothing to do with it. In this instance, not really. What it's got something to do with is I want to watch ball. I will watch ball on Tuesday night, Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night, Wednesday night. I will watch ball, okay? I watch the UFL. You don't even watch the UFL. I will watch ball. I don't care when we decide we're going to play ball. We can play ball at 3 in the morning. We did it. Oklahoma State, Tulsa. It's happened before. It's happened before, and I watched it because I'm that kind of degenerate. I really love watching ball. I haven't had a Saturday off in the fall in over a decade. I'm not complaining. I don't care to complain. I care that we have made this the hill to die on. It ain't the hill to die on. It's a noon kickoff. Big whoop. You get a primetime game at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm so sorry. I'm not. No. I get up at 6 in the morning. I catch the pregame shows. I do my little routine. And then I'm watching ball from 11 a.m. Central Standard Time to 1 in the morning Central Standard Time. And then I do a top 25 that goes up at 3 in the morning. I'm on. I do not care when you kick the game off. I care that we play the damn game. I'm so excited about Ohio State, Texas that I don't care about whatever's going on there the rest of that weekend. I will when we get to the week. I certainly will when we get to the week. But to make this your hill to die on remains one of the most ridiculous things in the world. Fox decided it wanted to put a game at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Cool, bet. Guess what they're going to do at Ohio State, Texas? They're going to play. It's probably going to be for the number 1 ranking going into week 2. It's probably going to feature top 3 opponents because I think they're both that good. It's going to feature Arch Manning, Julian Sayin, Ryan Day, Steve Sarkisian, Brian Hartline, Pete Kwiatkowski. You know what I'm saying? Sark get to go against Matt Patricia, a literal dude at New England. Jeremiah Smith going to be on the numbers. Ryan Wingo going to be on the numbers. Caleb Downs going to be a pterodactyl seeking whom he may devour. It's going to be all the way live. But this is what we're talking about. The damn kickoff time. On top of this, we have your man sweating it out because your man's been sweating it out because, well, it's just what I be doing, I guess. He's refuting the $40 million that they reportedly were going to spend on players. This came from Kurt Signetti, right, who is explaining that, hey, it could be up to $40 million that some of these programs are spending. And the reason we get to this number is you get the $20.5 million that you have to revenue share, right, once the House versus NCAA 20.8 goes through. And then you have to pay the football program, right? So let's assume the football program costs that much. We're not saying just that much, but that much. Then you're going to have to think about, oh, how do I keep guys here as opposed to going to the portal? He says, and I quote, "That's bananas." Del Conte said that because of the Texas state laws, he doesn't know how much NIL money is going to football players, but that will change soon with the House versus NCAA settlement. He says, if you put in an ecosystem of 2 years, that could possibly be it, of the $40 million he's talking about. But that's not a number that's accurate now. I wish I had $40 million to spend on our rosters, what Steve Sarkisian said on SiriusXM. We'd probably be a much better team than we are now. I don't see how, Sway. I also understand being in your feelings, but what I don't understand about this is both Del Conte and Steve Sarkisian playing defense. The phrase is everything is bigger in Texas. The phrase is don't mess with Texas. And all I've learned this week is that that's exactly what you can do. If you tell them something they don't like to hear, they're going to get their haunches up. Oh my. They think we spend $40 million. A&M's over here like, but why don't you though? But why don't you though? I mean, if it's A&M is like, yeah, I did it, I'd do it again. A&M would not be playing with this. A&M is going, yes, we will outspend everybody to go get whom we think we need to get to go win because they want it that bad. I'm not going to be out here trying to tell you that Steve Sarkisian and Del Conte want you to pipe down Chachi. I am going to tell you that they're going to wish they spent $40 million if they get beat by 3 touchdowns by Ohio State. I'm going to tell you that right now, okay? If you ain't got the $40 million to spend and you want to say you don't have that kind of money, I damn sure guarantee you have boosters that are willing to give you that kind of bread to go get who you want to go get. It's $10 million for the sweets for the season over there, dog. Talking about we got to pay everybody else. Yeah, you do, and you got enough money to do it all. You are the flagship university in the state of Texas. You are people that should not want to go to Texas want to go to Texas. Meanwhile, I got to hear about Texas trying to tell me what they not willing to spend money on, and I root for Oklahoma. Fine. You know what? Don't spend no money. I hope you go broke as an Oklahoma fan. You know what I'm saying? Purely out of the college football brain right now into the Oklahoma fan now, I wish y'all would. I wish y'all would say, you know what? We're going to do it old school. We're not going to pay anybody. We're not going to give any name, image, and likeness at all. We're really going to try to trade on our educations here because we understand it means something to go to the University of Texas and to be able to visit the Harry Ransom Center and see all the nice books and paraphernalia. Boy, I was born at night, but not last night. Who's this for? Who's this for? Honestly. Come on, man to man here. Man to man here. Who's this for? Who we grandstanding on? Okay? It's 2025. You better pay these boys. You better pay them like you love them. And stop playing defense when you're an offensive state. Take that however you want.